Good evening, folks. Before we start this video, make sure that you read Not Got Stole Chapter 1 by King Wolf Comics 2025. And yeah, if you don't like to be spoiled, click away right now. So without further ado, let's get into this video, and thank you for your understanding. So, good evening, folks, and welcome back to another video. And yeah, the reason why I was a little bit absent lately on YouTube and reviews etc. is I had a little holiday coming up in a beautiful country, still high trust society, and I had yeah, the time of my life there. Felt I was finally getting another place called home, and of course yeah, I was more interested in reading the short story called The Festival by H.P. Lovecraft and others. So that's the reason why I was a little absent. But today, even though I'm a little bit out of practice, I decided to, yeah, since I yeah, support the Kickstarter campaign and also the literally, I'm terrible with words today, campaign, I decided to, hey, why not? Let's give this little indie comic a little yeah, attention, because it's something that yeah, comic book YouTube, especially Americans, tend to miss out on. So for those of you who don't know how I do these types of videos, it's pretty simple. You should go to let's say an indie comic like this one from present day, or in the case from Tales from the Past, from the 60s all the way to 2011, so pretty old school times. And what we basically do, since this falls in the second category, we go to, let's say, who the theme is, writer, art, and with the colors and the covers, and we give a little bit of a synopsis or yeah, for the comic that we combine in this case with the breakdown. And after that we give him, we go through all the good, bad and the ugly, so every plus will be put against a minus. And yeah, it will end with final verdict. It goes from, let's say, 10 out of 100 till 1 out of 100, with 70 out of 100 being average. And that's not all. I'll also be using the Gumroad page, and I'll also link to the Kickstarter campaign that unfortunately has ended. But like I said, all good things must come to an end eventually. But don't worry, there's 2 more issues coming up, so you don't have to worry about that. And of course, there might be some things that you might disagree with me about. If that's the case, hey, no problem, totally fine. But let's try to keep it civil, you know. My goal of these types of videos is trying to walk away a bit from the drama and bring up, yeah, an old school time. A simpler time where you could discuss whether a comic is good, which character could be who, and if there's a good balance between writing and art. That's the discussions that I want to have. No matter if you're living in the USA or in Europe. So yeah, without further ado, this is completely unscripted, but I, if you hear the paper rattle, made some notes, so not entirely. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So the theme is well, not gods at all. It's written by Raymond Poors, art by Luster Dog, Mr. E. Ligma. It was originally released as a Kickstarter campaign, and yeah, it got published in 2025. So without further ado, let's get into the synopsis, where we go immediately into the breakdown. We see here is Billy. Billy is a young man with a slacker attitude, who yeah, basically we'll get to that later. And yeah, he also has the ability to, that we get to later, but he wakes up, his mother tells him to find a job, but no one's hiring someone that's doing what he pays him to do. And yeah, she makes a joke about You paid them to teach you feminist underwater basket weaving. No wonder you're employed. So basically a user study that he has, that has resulted in a great student debt, or big student debt that you won't be able to pay off in this lifetime, and probably not in the next lifetime. If you believe in reincarnation, I think, with interest, the bill will only get higher. But yeah, she tells me, the basic, common sense stuff. You can always get a job flipping birds, It's in walking distance. So that I don't make you pay rent like most parents do. That sounds awfully familiar. Just kidding. Eventually I had to pay rent at a certain point in time. Like most adults who are still living with their parents. Fortunately I left the nest a few years ago. But it required a lot of patience. So the next page. And in this case Billy, he never intends to pay anyone rent. At this rate I'll be 6 feet under before I can afford paying rent on a motor scooter, let alone a house. Hiring was all just a scam being pulled on me. Oh, if you only knew. This is kind of a forewarning because higher education, unless you have a degree, that's if you want to get into the field where you have no other option than to get a degree at university, at least in the USA, then you should get into, and you're 100% sure, like for example STEM degree or technical degree, that you're capable of paying off your student debt, then it's good to go. Otherwise, there's a lot of studies that, it's kind of an imbalance where there's a lot of studies that don't have a future purpose, long term. And he's one of those slackers. And he's told him that mom was the one who pushed it the hardest, only because she never went to college. Funny. Now I have less than zero money, no job prospects, all than manual labor. I gotta get nagged every single day about it, like I did this to everyone else. Well, I do have one skill. And here comes the next part of the synopsis. He might have slacker attitude, but he has an ability to manipulate time and use it for petty thievery. And that's what he's about to do right now. See here. It makes kicking him ass in Mortal Kombat easier, but now he's thinking that he could get used to it and make his mortal existence easier. And what does he do with that power to manipulate time? He pickpockets someone's wallet and makes a run for it. First, I saw a familiar face. And makes a run for it. He looks into the wallet, but since it is 2025 and not a previous decade or previous century, there's only $1 and a few pennies in it. And nobody's carrying, or at least almost nobody's carrying cash anymore, because most people pay by card or by phone lately. Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of it. I prefer cash, honestly, because without knowing it, you tend to spend more when you're only pay digitally. You hardly think about it. But when you, that's my opinion. I hate to do it in between the review, but for me, what works is you take a set amount of money from your bank account for groceries, etc., and you stick to it. Once that runs out, and you have to pay more, then you know that, oh, I overspent. Otherwise, you stay within the budget till your next paycheck, or if you pay yourself, if you're self-employed, great. Yeah, it's also about setting priorities and stuff. It's very hard to explain, man. very hard to explain. So we'd have to do this for 100 more times to get enough for subsistence, let alone the amount of afforded payments on something like a car. People telling me to go to trade school now. Ha! Told ya. That's the next thing. If you want to get, at least in the USA, when you want to get a job that with a certain purpose, that especially for there are some females that do it, but they are the exception. Most of that hard labor is done by men. It probably gets me into trouble, but I don't care. But yeah, he has free time to waste when he's not working. And yeah, buy some billboards by the gas station. And he's not going to have a rich uncle die and leave, and he doesn't have a rich uncle that's going to die and he won't leave him a windfall. He's not that lucky. That's why he needs. If he'll ever hope of being worth anything before he's 80. And the drive-through is kind of ironic. He will work here forever, and so he'll start his whole professional life over again. He's already pushing 27, but it's kind of ironic. The muscle and gas sign that there's $6.95 dollars a gallon, I think, on display for regular. There's also an ironic quote: "You will own nothing and be happy." It's kind of ironic. It's kind of yeah, forewarning of things to come. I'm not a conspiracy theorist at all, but it's kind of funny. So luck has never been on his side. Life's just a clock running down until he gets old and dies. He sleeps, eats, and worry about tomorrow, about how I can get through tomorrow, to eat and sleep again. Now, thanks to Mom and her ability to cook the most perfectly inedible cold turkey, scouts extra gist, but he comes across like some kind of transport or something, and he robs the money and he makes a run for it, which brings us to the second part of the synopsis / breakdown, to the second character, or at least the second main, Cassie. Cassie is the do-gooder in the university, almost invincible, aspirations to become a superheroine, and let her powers do the thinking for her, which is, in my opinion, a big mistake, and a lot more familiar faces. Her big chance start here. She makes a run for it, puts on her glasses, gets into her outfit, nice fan service, and drives off in a car. Puts on a suit, sparkle, nervous, and drives. Now get to the 9-panel page. It's all new to her. She's got to make a good first impression when she arrives on the scene. And so the purpose absconded, vacated, machine tape recorder, absconded with the contents while the guards were distracted. Undoubtedly all part of their plan. I'm gender blind, so I'm going with his. So she goes in pursuit, but took 5 minutes to get there. How far could he get on foot? I don't even know which way he went, but here he is. Our good old friend Billy is walking by with his pile of money, and Cassie has other plans to do. She lets her powers do the talking for her, and tells her to get hauled in the name of the law. And Billy makes a run for it. She continues the pursuit, and boom, through the alley, and she jumps on top of a garbage bin container and follows our friend Billy until she finally finds him. Ooh, nice back shot. Ah, you didn't know I ran track in high school for a year. Come on, stop. But she's standing on some kind of tank, and not really stable. And she thought that she got him already, but yes, the tank, or at least the material, is falls over, and she breaks her fall initially, but she ends up with the chemical tank on top of her head. And I'm speaking from experience because I did graduate in and work in applied sciences. Those things are heavy as hell. So yeah, this results in what you could call a slapstick bordering on anime cliche or manga cliche. She's knocked out, but she's quickly recovering. She comes eye to eye with Billy. What the hell is with that suit? Oh yeah? Well, what the hell is that with that jacket? That's totally not a voice for her, but I digress. My grandma bought this jacket for me, you B. And it results in a fight, but as you already figured out, Billy has the ability to manipulate time, makes himself look faster than anyone else, and he dodges all her attacks. And makes a run for it. Gone. Behind me. So he basically outsmarts her. And makes a run for it. This power I have lets me do more than see the world in slow motion. I gain more control over everything I do, including just a little more raw strength. It throws, let's say, a little tool to her head. Wow. You know the floating thump has been around in total. I mean, those controls are costing more and more. It's a lie. Liability. Just for the basic ones, I can stand those energy neckos. Control cheap price with LEDs pointing right to eyes. I bought one of those. Ben can just try vision by painting over a thin fin at first, so got stick. Paint on my never again. So yeah. To gets rid of the safe lock, and yeah. Throws the disc at her, at least at the tank, and it explodes. And our little case flies backwards with a nice back shot, and lands. My side's pierced, and I'm totally in to Satan. And yeah, yay! This is typically an a lady joke, something that I expected from them, and I couldn't be happier about it. typically shitty webcomics. My spine's pierced, and I'm totally into Satan, so she falls into the garbage, and yeah, the lid slams on her head. Oh no, she's dead. But yeah, the laughing emoji over there with the gravity, yay, it's kind of funny. And our friend Billy agrees. Which brings us to the end of the issue. To be continued. Well, here's a little note from Ray Bors, who did the writing. And yeah, did a pretty good job at it. And yeah, here's another big thanks to Kickstart backers. Some yeah, and some other cameos slash posters of other characters. This one I know. It's Caster, Gravedigger, the Plague Knight. This is Black Wario. And yeah, at least I call him Black Wario. He has another name, but I love to call him that. By Atomic Comics. And that's it. So we go to the good, bad and ugly. Well, first of all, good cover. Or at least decent and good interior art. And yeah, good writing. Good start to a mini-series. And yeah, there's a good balance between writing and art with great chemistry between the two main characters. And also good contrast. One of them that yeah, It's kind of a failure at life, and the other one who succeeds was the good doer, but tends to do her let her powers do the talking for her, and which results in her not knowing her own limits, especially when she comes eye to eye with an obstacle that she cannot overcome. It's intelligent humor, bordering on anime/manga cliches, some familiar faces, some more than others, that's why I paused it for a bit, and cameos. The minus, well, the art is not for everyone. Some designs felt a little bit unpolished, but it kind of suits the art style of the comic. But the writing makes up for it. And to get the full context of the story, you need to read it at least 1 to 3 times more. I read it twice. So the final verdict, well, yeah, it's a 76 out of 100. It's a good start with some intelligent humor, bordering on the anime/manga cliches, but only time will tell how good issue 2 will be. The reason why I didn't give it an 80 out of 100 is, the art did feel in some places a little bit, unpolished, but the writing makes up for it, so not bad for a first issue. That's all I have to say for this video. If you'd like to see me make more videos like this, leave a like, subscribe if you want to, and check out Gerald Warrior issue 2, soon to be 1, 2, 3, on Global Comics and Gumroad. That's all I have to say for this video. Leave a comment, like, share, subscribe. Until the next one. Ciao matane!